If I walk by here one day and there's a clown in there, I am not going to be a happy camper about this. Hello there, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, I think we're going to get started on some of the actual tech mods. Mechanism specifically. Although, I'm kind of split. See, I can't really do mechanism up in my house up there. It's not fire resistant. And although I don't know if fire tick is on in this village. I don't have a flint and steel. I do have a bucket of lava. Okay, we're going to test this someplace where if it does cause damage, it's going to be very minor. This is in my village, technically. Okay, if fire tick was on, this would be on fire. So, I take that back. It does not look like fire tick is on in the village, which means I could do mech stuff up in that wooden house and not have to worry about burning it all down. But the options are either do the mech stuff in there or in the mountain all the way out here, right over here, where we are going to eventually build Stargate Command. The problem with setting up two different base locations is having to decide where you're going to do what and when. I guess we can get the very basics started here. So what are we going to need? Well, we have the, what is that? That's the basic energy cube that we got from a quest reward. We collected osmium, crafted up. So next is a heat generator. The heat generator has two modes of power generation. Passive, surrounding the generator of lava source or flowing blocks creates passive power. Or we can place coal, wood, or whatnot inside it and burn it to create power. And that will provide power for things like the metallurgic infuser, which we need to make infused alloy, which is then needed for pretty much everything else. It's like the first step of upgrades. So, the metallurgic infuser, pretty easy. Osmium iron furnaces. And the heat generator is iron, furnace, copper, and some planks. And osmium, if I didn't say that already. So, yeah, let's just run up to our crafting grid and get started on that. I would craft the wireless terminal, but that's going to require... Wait, I have it here. We need just an ender pearl, right? These are all different versions of ender pearls. Okay, we just need a single ender pearl for the wireless transmitter. But the wireless transmitter attaches to something, doesn't it? Maybe we just need the transmitter. If that's the case, maybe we should start with this. Make one of those, which we then place not there. There. That has a 16 block range. I think for every... We can definitely upgrade the range. Not upgraded a house. We can definitely upgrade the range, and I think that's a range upgrade. That's going to take more pearls. We're short on pearls. And then I want to craft up a wireless crafting grid, which is going to require a regular crafting grid. Let's see if I can make this in one go. No. Okay, so while that's crafting up, let's make these. I'm going to need 4 or 5. So I make 6. Be safe. That's the heat generator. And that's the metallurgic infuser. Boy, that was easy. Grab these. Place them back in there. Glass. All right, while the glass is crafting up, I need more of these. See, this is why digital storage is so good because it makes it so much easier to bulk craft all the different things I need. All right, where was I? Let's grab the glass. Oh well. I just accidentally shift crafted a bunch of that stuff. All right, so that's a grid. Toss that in. Turn it into a crafting. Do I not have... Apparently did not have extra planks. All right, that's the crafting grid. And then wireless crafter. So now, once we give this power... Can I toss in there? I can. Network not found. I need to... There we go. So now it is connected and I can access anything from my grid from this hand terminal, which is very useful. But it does only have a 16 block range, so we're going to need to make some of these range upgrades, which, as I mentioned, cost ender pearls, and I only have... I think I only have like 4 or 5 more ender pearls. 5 more, yeah. So one of those, one of those. That's all I can make for now. But we toss down there, and now we got a 24 block range. So that's not going to be enough to really help us far away from the house. But I mean, yep. See, that's still too far. That's too far. Too far. We gotta get to our farm before we can actually access our terminal. But now we have wireless crafting. Yes, we have wireless crafting. We have a wireless terminal. We can access our stuff from range. Okay. So you saw there was a green light on the front of this. You need to connect that part to whatever you are providing power to for it to be powered. And as you notice, this retains its power. All right, so next, jump back in here. We want to make infused alloy. Infused alloy is redstone and iron. Forget how much redstone is required per. You know, it probably says, doesn't it? Oh, it says it needs 10. Okay. So then we can put, we have 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Stick those in there. Does it not have enough energy? Not enough energy to operate. Okay. Right, and this does take a while. So you can give it upgrades. Speed upgrades, energy upgrades, muffling upgrades, so it doesn't make noise. It burns through energy very quickly. I've been making these inferium coal blocks. They burn much longer. Yeah, 108 compared to, I'm not sure how much a coal block does. Single coal is 8. Coal block is 8 times 9. It doesn't matter. But it provides a lot more energy. So we can toss one of those in. It will burn longer, produce more FE, which means this can run longer. Boy, that did not last long. The other option, of course, is we put lava under. Can we do under it, or does it have to be over it? Oh. Well, okay then. We have a lot of nothing under our base. Yeah, there we go. That will just provide it with passive power. It's not much. Thankfully, no fire tick in the colony. I was wrong. There is fire tick in the colony. Why did it only start then? All right, anyway, we'll leave that running, make us some infused alloy, and let's collect our rewards for now. A single Osbeam and a little more XP, redstone, a random reward, steel, infused iron with coal or charcoal to make steel, right? Okay, we'll do that later. We have the basic energy cube. We can collect that, and we made the tanks last episode, and that gives us a bucket. We are, I guess we got one from a reward, but we've got that baking up, and so the other thing is the basic control circuit. Done with a block of redstone and osmium. Well, 20 units of redstone, which is 2 dust. That's the beginning of mechanism. There's a lot we can do with this. As you saw, steel. The book shows you pressurized reactors, making biofuel. Eventually, way down here, we can build nuclear reactors. I tried that in my Vault Hunter series, and it was so time intensive that it took me over 5 hours to make just the reactor. I had like 5 hours of footage, and I could not bring myself to finish editing it, so I never actually finished that episode. What's the next step that we want to look at in mechanism? Compressor and energized smelter. An energized smelter, well, the best thing about these is we can apply, not factory upgrades. Let's look at, all right, so metallurgic infuser can be upgraded. So we have the basic, then we have the advanced, elite, and ultimate. And what you can do is you upgrade each of these components by adding, I think it's the factory upgrade. And the factory upgrade we'll let it go for a minute. We're going to see if that does actually spread or burn anything. Yes, it does. Sheesh. Okay. Then how come this hasn't burned? Even though that's right up against the lava, but this set the wall on fire. When this project is done, we got to move this. We'll stick it outside. Factory upgrades. Right. And so the basic smelter, the energized smelter can do one item at a time, just like any other furnace. The basic factory can do 3. The advanced can do 5. The elite can do 7, and I believe the ultimate does 9. So you can, well, have a lot more stuff being processed at once, which is good because when you get really deep into mechanism, you do need a lot of simultaneous processes going at once. Yep. Well, I got a bit of cleanup to do. So I was just clearing out the dirt and some of the wood here from this beached ship, and there are actually treasure chests in here, or loot chests. So let's see. Diamonds, iron, bit of armor. All right, nothing too crazy. Another ender, buried treasure map, and a pearl that could be useful. Buried treasure map. The buried treasure is right next to the sunken ship. Like right here. Yep, there he is. Heart of the Sea, TNT, oxidized copper sword. All right. That's useful. Water breathing potion. I'm just going to clean up all this mess now. Okay, she's had influenza 3 times in the past 2 hours. So I craft up a hospital. We've got the build tool. Let's find a place to put a hospital down so I don't have to deal with that anymore. this is a kind of central location, and I have no idea how big the hospital is going to be. So let's see. Oh, that's too big. It's not going to fit in that location. Can try to put it over here, I think. All right, I think that'll be good. And then what's it look like fully upgraded? Looks quite nice, although we are gonna have to tear up a lot of the sand because the color is a bit of a clash. But yep, let's go for that. Now we've got a hospital, well, planned out. I just need to finish building. What am I currently working on? The cemetery. I have the builder who was just sick building another hobbit hole right there. So, you know, they're working next to each other. That'll give us another house. That's a cemetery. And then I have another house back there and then the hospital there. So, yeah, it might be a few minutes, but once this is done and once that's done, we'll get them started on that and that. I just noticed that. I've been over here before and I didn't notice it then. It almost looks, well, it clearly looks like a flower, but it almost reminds me of the, what's it called? Desert Temple? But, yeah, in the side of a mountain. Yeah, it is. Look at that. It's got two towers. So there should be a door right here. Hitting all the wrong buttons. I want light. Well, if you needed flowers, it's literally got, well, it looks like every type of flower in here. I hear something down here. What's the chance it's not friendly? Oh, that's not friendly. Wow. With it. Well, okay then. I was not expecting that. I thought I had more health. Okay, well. We can kind of fly back. Only 500 blocks away. Shouldn't be too fast. That shouldn't be too bad. All right, we made it back pretty quick. There's got to be creeper spawners or something down here. Yeah, there's a creeper right there. Okay, it looks like there were these little creeper holes all around it. I don't know what prompted them to open, but let's see. Will this explode on me? No. Iron backpack. The Ender. Useful for ending Enderman. Ring of Fire Affinity. Well, I've got the backpacks. I can just take everything for now. Magnet upgrade. That's gonna be nice for my backpack here. That chest blew up. That's probably half of the stuff I picked up. Okay, well, that was a cool little exploration. Only blew up a little bit. And then we've got a meteor strike over here. This would be the applied energistics. Yep, Skystone. Applied energistics meteor. We don't need that right now, but it's good to know that we have one pretty close to home. By the way, this is the mountain we're going to be building Stargate Command under. Or I could use that one over there. Might need to use that one. However, we'd have to clean out some pests. There's a little bit of an infestation over here of pillagers. That one's got a backpack on him. And now the graveyard is finished. Looks quite nice, actually. I'm gonna have to adjust this a bit. Oh yeah. Little pond. We got plots back here where I think headstones will be placed when a colonist dies. We got that on the other side also. Got the building block where you can manage, hire people. We don't need Asuna to be the yeah, she's not gonna be the Undertaker. Let's make this one. And then inside you got this little chapel, which looks pretty nice. And we've got our other house, our other hobbit hut built there. There's our Undertaker. You can see why I didn't want Asuna to be dressed like that. Oh, this house is coming along quite nicely. Yep. This is one of those huts that tier 1 is a hut here, and either tier 2 or tier 3 will put another hut here, so it's 2 houses that'll be connected. But I also need to fix the road here. Which means we can finally get started on the hospital. Which will be just in time because I think I've cured 5 or 6 different people of influenza today alone. Yeah, it's getting old. So get the hospital up and then they'll go get themselves taken care of. Nope, that house is done. Fireworks are cool. They do sort of surprise you if you weren't expecting them. Right, okay. Like I said, I'm gonna go get some stones, fix the 2 spots, and then Well, we've made quite a bit of progress today, I think. All right, that's taken care of. And watch, now that I have a cemetery set up where there's a slight chance to revive any colonists who die, no more are gonna die. Let me guess, you have the flu.
Yeah.
Yep. Can you expedite this? Because I'm getting sick of this. I did not mean that as a pun, but yes, it works as a pun. If I walk by here one day and there's a clown in there, I am not going to be a happy camper about this. So, I've had this chocolate craving for, no joke, the past 4 days. So, I'm baking a cake right now. I'm running back and forth between my computer and my kitchen, making a cake. So, I just crafted up an enrichment chamber. This is pretty easy. You need a steel casing, which requires 4 steel, osmium, and glass. Then once you have the steel casing, you need 2 basic control circuits, a bit more iron, a bit more redstone. The basic control circuits you get by infusing, in the metallurgic infuser here, osmium with redstone. And then what you do with this enrichment chamber, before I get to that, you need to make steel. The steel you make steel dust, and you can make steel dust by, if I can find it, infusing iron with coal, and then the enriched iron with coal again, and that gives you steel dust, which you fire up in a furnace. And so what you do with this enrichment chamber is I can then take a bit of coal here, put it in, and it will be, well, use power, but it will enrich the coal into enriched coal, right like this. And so if I swap these out quickly, let's put the metallurgic infuser back right here. If I put a single coal in, it gives you 10 millibuckets, which is good for 1 unit of iron. If I put the enriched coal in, it gives you 80, which means you can do another, 8. So this way you can get a lot more distance out of your resources by infusing anything that you would put into here in the enriching chamber first. Did that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so that's the next step. We've got that done. That did get us quite a few quests in the book. There we go. So yeah, that got us the enrichment chamber, and now we've got enriched coal, which will give us a bit more. And yeah, so that's just a good way to get more out of your resources, and I believe you actually need enriched items for certain things. I'm being cryptic here because I don't remember if there are multiple things you can enrich. Let's just look at that. So enriched carbon, enriched redstone, enriched diamonds, enriched obsidian, enriched gold. Really, what's this used for? Ah, okay. Turn netherite scrap into netherite dust, and I assume that's how I make netherite ingots. Yep. Okay. So that's how I'm gonna make it in with mechanism. That's not normally how you would make it, but unless that's how it's been changed since 1.20. Yep, there we go. So we got these enriched iron. Stick it back in here, turn that into steel dust. And that's just one more step along mechanism. Pressure reaction chamber. I don't need that right now. We'll look at that later. Right now we're using this heat generator with the lava source under it to produce power. It's not super efficient. And NieR is putting the block in the wrong spot. So we should probably look at making a solar generator, which requires solar panels, solar storage tank. These require stained glass, it looks like. Maybe it's just glass panes. Any glass panes, there we go. Accepts any glass pane. Okay, that makes it a lot easier. We might be able to actually do that right now. Do 3 of those. Yep. We can make one of those. Excellent. Toss those back inside. And we are short one infused alloy, which is iron and redstone. Okay. Did I have an enriched redstone? Could. Yeah, I had enriched redstone. There we go. That'll turn into more alloy. And then we can complete the solar generator. And then we can set that up to provide more power to the system. More than just this little heat generator. I think I only needed one. Yeah. All right, and that gets us a solar generator. If I remember correctly, the higher up this is, the better it is. Oh well, we'll leave it there for now. So yeah, that gets us a bit more in the way of mechanism done. I think I'm gonna call it here for tonight though, so I can go double check on that cake and make sure it gets finished properly. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Later.